My beautiful stars, reading time. We had such a heavy collective yesterday, so I'm hoping we pick up on a bit more of a lighter energy. But let's see, our main collective, what your main focus is today. Right person, wrong time. So we've got betrayal, lies and secrets, the mask, mother trauma. Okay, so main collective, you clearly have someone on your mind that you're questioning certain betrayals here. Do you know it for fact? We'll have to get a few more cards. You could be reflecting on some of your wounded feminine energy right now, but also you could think, I'm hearing a couple things. There could be interference with a motherly figure and this person on your mind, but also I am hearing that sometimes you may reflect on why having betrayal, deceit, lies, but still seeing this person as right person, wrong time. I think the right collective, you would be questioning your trauma of why is your heart with somebody that you see as the right person, even though they've betrayed you and they've held things away from you in a truthful way. And if you have found out about certain betrayal, deceit and lies, you're probably questioning, how can I see this person as the right person? And also I'm gonna say this, it's coming to my mind, this could actually be a collective that has betrayed somebody and a motherly figure is involved and you still see this person as the right time. It's very rare I pick up on a masculine energy, but that came to my mind. And you don't need to be a male to have masculine energy. We embody yin and yang, okay? But there's a reason that came to my mind. Oh, that's back to front. Oh, my cards. Yeah, red flag, twin flames. Okay, so we've got another twin. Oh, I feel we're going to have another heavy reading. Okay. Especially because twin came out and that deviation about the masculine just came to my mind. I always say on this journey, again, you're meant to find your balance with both. Especially if this is a main focus for a feminine collective, I'm just going to put it in those categories. You could be picking up this person's energy and what they're thinking about. This red flags, it ties into all deviations. You as a collective, if you're reflecting on how can I see this person as my person when they've done this to me, you've clearly popped a label on it, which I always say is not healthy. Just because you believe you're on a divine journey does not mean you're meant to excuse these things, healing or not. This is where you guys, unfortunately, have more compassion and understanding towards them trauma than your own trauma. Like if you're someone that struggles with trust issues, codependence, abandonment, always gravitating towards that obsessive, validating kind of love, you need to heal that yourself. So excusing this behavior just because you're on a divine journey, a journey of transformation and healing, it still doesn't make the label valid for it. Right, collective, this will make sense. And again, if it's the masculine energy, they could be going over their behavior right now, especially if you're going over this behavior with more detail and actual reflection instead of excusing it, longing and pining, but actually reevaluating and thinking, what am I doing here? We'll do a masculine, feminine check-in. Okay, right person, wrong time, unconditional love. As we had that deviation about you guys have more understanding, unconditional love for them and their trauma than your own trauma. The only way to heal things, and I say this about relationships, all relationships have ups and downs, but the right relationship, those ups and downs build your foundation. It brings you closer. It brings you closer because you feel safe in each other's vulnerabilities, each other's triggers. There's understanding. When love accelerates those misunderstandings to conflict and just no solutions, they're accelerating your nervous system. That's not healthy for someone that knows they have things they need to heal. This is why it's so important you understand what you're needing to work through. You're understanding your triggers. You know your values. You know your needs and wants. So you don't get or tempted by that attraction, the gravitational magnetic pull. This is why you guys go through your separation, to really understand yourself, who you were before your trauma. And unfortunately, a lot of you guys, you lost yourself as a child. You've had trauma from such a young age. It's a hard journey of self-discovery to really realize who you were born to be before the armor was created. Okay, so so it's the feminine. Okay, so there's denial about, there's a reason we say everything, and I feel this collective, you have been in that energy of excusing all of this because of the label of the journey. There's been denial here, but you're shifting your focus. You're reevaluating now. Label or not, divine or not, you do not deserve to be treated that way, especially if you have trust issues. You have to be very careful of who you align with. You're finally seeing this situation in the divine feminine lens, yes, with understanding. You've gone through that, but now you're having understanding for yourself. Yes, she's compassionate, she's caring, she has yes. But how can you give that to someone if it doesn't start with you? It's all fake. If you don't know how to give those qualities to yourself, it's just rubbish. You've got a mask on. You will still be highly triggered in a connection if you have more understanding and you're constantly filling up someone else's cup and they're not returning it back to you. You might be able to soothe that trigger for a couple weeks, a month, but it's all just going to pile up every time you excuse, every time you don't feel that. What's that word? Reciprocity, the reciprocation back to you. This is important. Don't make it fit. So the right collective detail, you've had a transition here. You're not ignoring the red flags anymore. And again, if we take it to the masculine energy, they've been denying, they've been blaming, they haven't wanted to confront what they've done here. So again, I think that confirms this is hidden. This is hidden. If we put this in the masculine, and it's funny because true divines, you reflect, right? Even in your separation. So you being in denial, not really wanting to face your true intuition here, okay? Without you knowing, they've been denying the truth themselves. But now that the penny's dropping for you, what's going to happen for them? Through your threads, through your mirror. You're finally, as hard as it is to face that, you're not being blinded by the spiritual 4D, 5D, 6D, however many Ds there are. You're seeing it here and now. You're using your logic. You're not running off emotion. Mother trauma. Okay, so there could be action. So the right collective, there's something significant with a motherly figure right now. Okay, so you're getting examples. Maybe you're trying to mend the bridge with your mum, or there's something here. This is a detail. So because you're being reflected, lessons on your wounded feminine energy. This person is clearly as well. And again, I'm going to do a you verse them, see how reflected you are. But there's something to do with action. One, yes, you're actually starting to see this better, but I actually feel there's some form of maternal figure, a more mature woman. If it's not your mother, it's someone that's been in your life from a very young age. There's lessons here for the right collective right now. Certain trigger points, maybe. You could have just had an argument with your mother. It's important. It's smack bang in the middle. Don't make it fit. Okay, so friends, red flags. So, right collective, you yourself would be a bit iffy with certain friendships, co-workers that you have right now. And if we're taking it to how you feel about this person, again, you could think that maybe some of the people they choose to have company with can, unfortunately, I always say we are who we hang around. So I do think this collective, you believe that this person has, unfortunately, some bad traits because of the company that they choose to keep. But you yourself would be getting triggered with certain friendships. And if we are taking it to that I'm trying to read it as both, because there's a reason I said that at the start. Everything happens for a reason. They themselves could be facing some red flags with certain friendships right now. And then twin flame, you're wanting to cleanse and clear this right now. Makes sense, because there's a realization coming over you. And let's be real, those two were together as well. So there is a big detail here. Let it be you, this person, both of you. Know you need to cleanse and clear some, maybe not the best examples in your life or people in your life. Twin flame, synchronicity. So you're still getting a lot of, or maybe your question, maybe your signs are different. I always talk about synchronicities and how signs are really for you. You're getting a lot of signs of your divine masculine. I always tell you guys, you need to allocate your signs. Your brain registers yang energy, divine masculine energy, with the person's face you've put onto it, right? If you're constantly seeing their name, if you're constantly seeing their karmic, they're this, they're that, there's something within your yang you need to balance. And when they're coming in hot and they're not stopping, you're not seeing the sign. And this is why you guys get so frustrated, because you haven't allocated it. Signs are for you and your personal growth, okay? I always say you allocate one specific sign that's very rare to see, so when it comes up, you know in that moment, and it will normally arrive when you really need it, that they are there. But the universe isn't going to be constantly playing with your emotion, just showing you signs of external things you're going to gain. This journey is about finding your sovereignty, your internal being, not giving you signs about external. My universal truth. There's something with synchronicities right now that could be driving you a bit crazy. Allocate your signs. Or if you really need answers as well, I'm such an avid person for Angel Shuffle. We always do it over on, although we haven't done it for a while, but over on. I always recommend when you have a question or you want to see how connected you are to your higher self, or how connected you are to your spirit team that day, or you have a question about your person, or, there's something in your intuition, you watch a reading. Is that really for me? Ask your spirit team, ask your higher self a question. Go to your playlist, press shuffle. Angel Shuffle is magical. Listen to the words. It speaks to you. Okay. But seeing every single sign as your person, it's not good for the mind. Okay. I normally go all you, all them. I'm going to go back and forth here because I'm still a bit confused with who, if it's masculine main energy or feminine, or it's just really reflecting. I just first, before we get them, I just want to see your connection right now. Energetically, so not your perspective, not their universe's perspective, like the energy. Okay, the energy around you both, there's heartbreak here. So don't make it fit. This is a sad one. So right now, both of you deeply hurt over this separation, this breakup, feeling a little bit lost. There could be actual grieving and mourning right now, but you're both trying to make healthier choices. So through this heartbreak, this dagger in your soul, this has made you reflect on yourself, on your self-love, trying to make healthier choices. Let it be daily routine, eating habits, self-care, whatever it is, the right collective. This journey has changed you, not just internally, but it's starting to change you externally. I always say when we go through that internal glow up, it seeps out of our vessel. But you both self-love, self-care, trying to be happier through this. Wow, do you see that? Actually, I think you do see this sailing boat because you're evolving as a person. Your mind's evolving. Your being is evolving. So you have been receiving what you need, but there is more progression arriving soon. Okay, but I think that you've been on your sailing boat through the pain, through the storms, through the acceleration, through the triggers, through the confusion, through the mourning. You're growing. You've got healthier choices here. Perfect. Love this. So look at these three. So through this heartbreak, your abundance. So this is about abundant within, glowing within, keeping a positive mindset. You understand the power of your mind. I hate that manifestations, but I say they're glowing threads. They're faded to us, right? So this collective, you're starting to understand the power of your mind. And let's go back to this part, right? I don't think you're being negative. I actually think you're seeing yourself. What you're thinking is not you not being positive. You're dealing with it how you need to deal with it, with true self-reflection, because you're finally seeing yourself, right? This self-love, you're finally truly developing. So this manifesting exactly what you need, gratitude and bliss. I think you're having gratitude towards yourself. You're loving yourself, right? That is going to strengthen your mindset because they're not going to be such a focus. When you guys are focusing on someone that's not in your energy, there's only so much you can be positive before the questioning starts. So it's not a real energy. You're just trying to be positive, but it's all muddled up here. When you guys really just start focusing on you, you come into acceptance, you come into release. So that gratitude, that bliss, it actually lasts longer because you're focusing on you and you really surrender to what will be, will be. So what energy you're going through now, it's helping you with your release. It's helping you maintain, although emotions always up and down, but just a healthier mindset. Which means this would, I truly believe this is around you both right now. All right, let's confirm. So this, through the not enough, through this making you lack your confidence, this row, this pain, look at how it's evolved you. Frustrated in this relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage. Fear, ego, jealousy issues. This was painful. Chipped away at your soul. Healthier choices. So no longer energetically chasing. So don't make it fit. You're not checking profiles. You're not hovering over your phone. You're not constantly checking your phone to see if they've messaged. This is what the right collective, you're not just, you haven't just stopped the physical chasing. Energetically, you've been working so hard to just stay true to you. you don't like it when your mind is drifting to this person. This is why you're finally starting to reflect. How can I excuse this stuff? How can I see this person as right person, wrong time? Look what's happened here. The only reason I see it as right person, wrong time, because I've stuck a bloody label on it. I need to see myself. I deserve better. Beautiful. Don't make it fit. Yes, this is about obsession and codependence. So again, you have been working through this. Is it permanent in you? No, but you're going through a huge transitional shift. This codependence on this outcome, this obsession, how much it's controlled you, how it's blocked you, how it's restrained you. But now, like I said with that, I actually feel you're in your sailing boat right now. Beautiful. Oh, look at these cards. This collective, you are so focused on yourself. This positive mindset, self-indulgence, self-focus, self-worth, time to heal properly. You're really tackling your shadow work. You're not just this mask, oh, I love everybody, love and light. You're really knuckling in. Self-appreciation. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. You've got healthier choices. You've got the self-indulgence, the abundance, and the sailing boat here. Look what you've had to feel to get this. 4 very heavy, obsessive, broken, grieving, mourning, knocked your confidence to finding your self-worth. So again, without that fire, without the lessons here of rejection, abandonment, whatever it is, you wouldn't be finding this sailing boat. It's beautiful. This journey is actually working for you. You're breaking out of your chasing energy. Okay. So, okay. Again, this is what's around you. As you're finally really healing these triggers, this turmoil, you're actually letting go of resentment. Believe it or not, you might not feel it right now because of the details you're going over. You watch your next couple weeks, you're truly, but by really facing it and not subsiding it, this is what's going to properly heal this state of being within you. This insane chemistry, liking each other equally, you don't see it. We're still healing the triggers, this separation, thinking about you, unsure of the future. I think that comes over both of you, but this, they like you, romance is blooming again. So whatever you're doing, it's working, but there's still a little bit more work to do, clearly. But let's get into just, I want to see them quickly. Hold on, let me cleanse this. Hold on a sec. Okay. Yeah. So they're going through their rage right now. They've got a bit of a temper at the moment. There's something about your magic. So even their magic right now, supernatural sixth sense, their belief is shifting. Very intense emotion right now. This is about intimacy, but intensity, especially with these two. If their beliefs are changing, if their sixth sense is developing, they're going through certain, maybe even things they've had unforgiveness for, or they've been resentful for, or I feel they're going through an emotional purge right now. Karmic connections, triggers. So again, you as a collective, you have big examples right now of triggered karmic connections in your life as well. So whatever you're doing, stay firm to you. Remember your self-respect, your self-appreciation. Don't allow people in your life that you know need boundaries, okay? Your intuition's in high alert to just, whoever's meant to be in your life will always return, and not just in love. It's friendships, family ships, people you've met, whoever's meant to be in your life will always return. But in this moment, the right collective, whatever your intuition is leading you to do with boundaries, stay firm with them, because you're clearly going to help that through their thread. One more for their top row. Yeah, their trauma. So they're having to switch their beliefs right now. Their trauma's being activated. They're overwhelmed. They're choosing isolation. They're feeling very heavy. So no wonder they have this intensity over them emotionally. Rage. Okay, that's you guys. So there's something here. This is one of my favorite cards. I feel they're angry at themselves. This is you, inspire me. Your wisdom, your serenity, your faith, your spirit, your harmony, your peace, your belief, your hope, the way you love, the way you trust. I think they're angry with themselves for choosing the wrong things. I want one more for that. I can't see they're angry because you inspire them. I think it's more... Hold on. Yeah, because they rejected you. That's what I feel. And your psychic ability... Why didn't I see this? Especially with this magic here. And you guys, true divines, you activate that feminine, that high priestess oracle. This lives in you all. So there's something here. And again, their belief system. This magic could even be you. How I see it as, how did I not see this? How did I not believe in this? Let's get one more. The cycles, how many cycles? But now they've activated. That's where the rage is coming. There's something, because you're learning in this cycle, the right collective. Yesterday's collective, obsessive mode. This twinny collective, you're breaking free from the obsessive phase. And look at the changes it makes, because you're starting to see yourself. So they're starting to see you, because they're starting to see them and what they deserve. I always say, until you guys see yourself properly, this is why the love for you comes first. They don't see you the way that you deserve to be seen. Magic. Wow. There's a green light in there. This is good. I'm going to have to get tarot for them. But they're still a little bit confused. But maybe this is where this green light's coming through on the same frequency. But you are a bit confused right now. I wouldn't say confused about your journey. You're confused about yourself and your decisions, and why you chose to excuse this for so long. Why you were sitting there in that obsessive energy, that you were so codependent. This is what you're moving on from, right? Watch the whole thing. And also, I always say, they're just as magical as you are. So that could be the confusion as well, them realizing their gifts. When they finally activate divine feminine side, it freaks them out. Just how it freaks you guys out when you activate. They start saying things start happening. They have dreams, they come to fruition. Just how you guys get shown the power of your magic and your oracle within, they get the same. But the masculines, it's harder for them to, it's like, whoa, it's a shock. It's a shock to the system. Wow, so this is what's so intense. They want to express themselves. Expression. They could have written a book, but reflection. This makes sense with this first row. This person's being hard, and you're probably angry. You're angry at yourself because of what you've excused. You're both reflecting. I wouldn't say angry at yourself, maybe feeling a bit disappointed in yourself. Healing, the karmic triggers. So again, boundaries, so important. Remember that last row with that other deck? I want one more for that. This is healing them. And I always say karmics give different lessons to divines. You should thank them. You should thank them. The family, the friends, the permanent fixtures, the love situations. Those lessons divines do not offer. It's healing them. One more for that. The red flags. So there's friendships. Your part. So they're finally starting to see through people now. Remember, you got the red flags with the friends and the cleanse and clear. And look, I'm sorry on the back. They're connected to the signs. You go. So underneath the ghosted, this is why they're reflecting. They know it's because of their trauma, but they're upgrading. And there could have been a connection here added to the ghosting as well, which they have regret over. But again, they're upgrading. This collective's upgrading. One more for them. Oh, two more. Blast from the wanting memories, rekindle nostalgia, but they still have fear. So again, you're still going through some things right now, but this is good. How do I explain my running behavior? One thing that didn't come out that's a bit alarming though is that mask, the betray, like they're not in reflection over that at the moment. But first I want to see what's going on in their life right now. And we'll quickly see what's going on in your life as well, just to really make sure this is for you. Wow. Only card that's up. Devil, things that grip them, their shadow self. Certain addictions, obsessions. And their first card was that rage. They're feeling restricted. What was your first one? Oh, family problems, family issues, family feuding, things in their foundation. There could be some financial gains and losses right now as well. This is good. 10 of Wands in reverse, so they're wanting to readjust. They know they need to get their priorities straight. They need to start setting goals. They need to prioritize themselves. They need to release the restlessness, the overwhelm. They know they've got big decisions right now. But again, if they're tied, if these karmic connections are family, permanent fixtures, this is why it would be hard. And I'm hearing that word enmeshment, especially if they're very enmeshed in their family. But they're realizing it's hard though, because their shadow's over them. So 5 of Wands in reverse, they're wanting harmony, they're wanting situations resolved, they're wanting to find common ground again. I'm seeing this as you. They're solution prone, which is good, especially with this 10 of Wands in reverse. One more, top row. Okay, so there is things about friendships as well on their mind, social gatherings. This is a card of reunion, but I think friends and family are a big focus for them right now. They could be going over memories too. That is a card of good times, and they could be going over certain memories, especially with that rage and that inspire me. I feel this 5 of Wands in reverse is you guys. I will confirm though. All right. Okay, new beginning here. So I do think I really think this person is very heavily bound to family. Okay, there's something about financial structure as well. They've got Six of Wands here, which is really good. That's a card of success. Victory, a real confidence boost, but there's a new beginning starting for them with something. They know they need to take a leap of faith. They know they need to do things differently. I think maybe at times they reflect on some foolish decisions, but I do think this person's coming into some form of winning season very soon, but they know they need to make decisions to kind of break the mold and the pattern and the habits that they've had in their life right now. There's something here about a confidence boost, though, which is, I feel they've had a little win with something, which is good. Let's get one more. Oh. So now they want to regenerate this relationship, make a comeback, reconcile. They want to move on from the past. They want to repair it. This could be wanting victory with you. What's that paired with? Oh, from the lack of support, the Four of Wands in reverse. Another one about family problems. So family was a big thing here. But this is what they want to regenerate. The discord, the disunion, the disgenuine emotion here. Maybe this is tied into you a little bit. Whatever these family grievances are, it's pushing them to make the right decision here. That's good. And as well, I am going to say, I do think that this person does want to repair something with someone tied to them, family-wise. You've got to remember, karmic connection came out in healing. So I do think there's someone, like I said, a very permanent fixture that it's definitely a heavy focus for this person. You and there's somebody here that I think they genuinely care about. Oh God. So it's they reflect that Knight of Swords. They're rash, harsh. I always say that Knight of Swords, it's so rapid. He's so focused on that end stop. He's not seeing any red flags. He's like a dog with a bone. And it comes in such a rapid high, but it creates such a dramatic low. He's got no common sense, sorry, but this is what they're reflecting on with their behavior, their impulsiveness, their impatience, the way they miss red flags, the way that they keep repeating the same things in their life, the way they can be harsh. It's like whenever they're focused on something, it's like, that's it, tunnel vision. And I don't think they like this about themselves, how it grips them, how they obsess, how they, it makes them do stupid things. Makes sense with why they're wanting solutions, and they know they need to get goals and set priorities, and they need to do things differently, and they're reflecting on memories, and they'd be going over how this behavior gets them in trouble. This coming and going, this is true, like kind of runner energy. This would be a pattern for them in life, but they know it. That's good. Oh, this, I was so happy when I saw this Ten of Wands in reverse, but they're in Judgment in reverse. There's still a lot of negative self-talk. This is about truly unwilling to learn unwilling to learn the karmic lessons here, and that makes sense with the fear of the stepping into the unknown. Every time they know they need to, the self-doubt comes in, the indecision, the negative self-talk, unwilling to learn the karmic lessons. They question, which means they're change resistant, which means when this person's in comfort, even if it's just stagnant and stuck, they sit well in complacency. They could be a long sufferer. When it comes to making change, it's like they get anxious. They know they need to. This isn't good, this one. So even though they're in reflection, they're still a bit afraid to But then that's when this would come in, and the memories of things. This one's funny. I want one more. Yeah, then they think Three of Swords, the sorrow, what may be. This is about separation as well, but more the reflection of this energy. It's very painful. It's about loss, it's separation, sorrow, those painful misunderstandings. It's those painful memories that just completely consume our mind and heart. And this is what creates. They think the worst will happen. That's where the self-doubt comes in. Depression. This says depression, heartbreak, disillusion. They're not seeing things right. Grief. Okay. That's a block there, my angels. I knew that was you guys. Six of Cups in reverse. Memories, revisiting the past. Someone returns from the past. Nostalgia. This harmony, situations resolve. Finding common ground. That's the memories, the nostalgia. Oh, it's a shame with this one here. Oh God, so with friendships they overcommitted, and the memories with you. My bosom. The memories with you, the poor choices, how they dropped the ball, but they're overwhelmed, disorganized. I'm hearing both. The people around them, they're understanding this is scattering me, this isn't good, poor choices here, but then the memories, the nostalgia over the poor choices, the lack of support, family interference, friendship interference. Then they reflect on their bad behavior. They want this, but then they think it's going to happen again. I don't have my shit together. I don't have my, my goals, my priority. Like this person, I feel, thinks they're a bit lost in life, that you won't accept them for who they are. They're destined for heartache. So even though they want, and right now, that's the energy you're in, and it's good. Stay in that energy. That's what's making them reflect. It's not about, oh no, I'll have so much no. What the right collective, what you're going through is triggering this in them. It's making them finally reflect on things. So this fear, that's the only thing that's blocking, that's their shit to deal with, which means you have certain triggers still that you need to remember the contract. Everything needs to be ticked off first. There's something you yourself is still blocking you. It's not about, and just being like, I get it. What you're doing, the right collective, it's working, because you're starting to realize I deserve so much more. Look what I can give to someone. You're that paper. You've got a list of what you want because you match that list. Your frequency, what you can give someone, you now believe you deserve back. That's what's making them reflect. I need to get my shit together. They'll eventually take that leap of faith. That's their burdens. That's this, like you guys, when you activated, lost everything, all you could do was claw your way out. That's all you could do. And you kept clawing. That's what taught you perseverance. That's what taught you to get out of your comfort zone. That's what taught you to keep pushing. They need the same lesson. Okay. I just want to get their emotion. Then I'm going to quickly get you guys, what you're going through, your emotion. Then we'll get the universe's, your connection, what's coming, and then intention. And then we'll see if there's movement for tarot, or if this is more just right now, you just need to focus on yourself. All right, how are they feeling emotionally? Oh, sad, but that's okay. That's okay. That's not for you to have more empathy. Look at all the sadness you've gone through. It's good. They're feeling it. Low, unhappy, melancholy, down, troubled, disappointed, upset, let down. I do think they feel disgusted. That's them, angry at themselves. But also I do think they're disgusted with family and friendships. There's something very big going on in their life which is making them reflect on their wrong decision here. You've got to trust those wheels. I always say it's not just your wheel that needs to go bing. It's this person, it's everybody's wheel needs to go bing. The rooms you're not in, they're the rooms that matter. Just because you can't see these puzzle pieces being put into, it doesn't mean they're not being put into place. That's why I say let go, focus on yourself. Right now they're appalled, they're outraged, they're shocked, they're angered. Someone's had shocking behavior. Get away from me. That's huge for them right now. And it is, it's what it's making them reflect on, you can see it. Now they just need to get over their fear of change or rejection. Trying to be satisfied and remembering the times they were satisfied, the good times. Remembering when they were happy. Please, joy, self-satisfaction. But stroking ego. So they're seeking validation right now. But they could be... I want one more for that. No, positive. I think it's more... I was about to say they could be reflecting back on their behavior. They were just wanting an ego massage, like the games they were playing. But no, they're really focusing on those positive times. So I don't think that stroking the ego's really even valid for their emotion right now. They're remembering the happier times. How they were inspired, positive mindset, they felt successful, they were confident, hopeful, happy, upbeat. I think that's the reflection, which then in turn brings on sadness. Self-doubt, addicted, obsessed. So now that you're relieving the obsession, you're releasing the frequency to them. Obsessed, unhealthy interest, having power over them. And this is also about dependent on like getting high and stuff. Hopefully they don't have needing a fix. It's more that because you're releasing, watch the whole reading. But the self-doubt, that's that smack bang middle row. Insecure, lack of confidence, questioning their abilities, self-criticism, the negative self-talk. One more. Rejected, and that came out. They are angry at themselves for how they turned this down. They discarded you, they ignored you, they shut you out, how they said no. And their indecision, that smack bang middle row, the Three of Swords, the Judgment in reverse, the Ten of Wands in reverse. How they're conflicted, they keep going back and forth in their mind, questioning everything, unclear. Something's happened, making them now reflect on positive times. It's literally, they're focusing out on it right now, which is bringing up a lot of overwhelm and unfortunately their decisions they made towards this. It's good. Just keep doing what you're doing, collective. All right, I quickly want to get your tarot and see your emotion, and then it's another long reading. Hold on, let me cleanse. Hold on. You guys currently. Oh, I literally just got goosebumps. Can you see that? This really ties it. Watch my whole reading. You're finally really sitting in stillness. You understand. You're connected to yourself, your Empress glow. And that was such a big focus at the start. You're really starting to see yourself and your value. Chariot. true forward movement. You've got willpower, mental discipline. You're focusing on yourself. You're focusing on your accomplishments. You're starting to understand your sacred glow and sparkle and the value you truly hold. I think maybe you're a little bit too focused on your career right now, but in a good way. I think I'm not going to say a little bit too focused. Just remember mindfulness. As that Empress, she sits in stillness. That, no, I don't chase, I attract. You've got some beautiful things on its way to you. You could be stressing a little bit. You could be an avid saver. You could just be someone, maybe as well, I'm hearing this, maybe since this, because I find the divine journey really doesn't just activate healing with trauma, but things that you've struggled with in life. Let it be in the past you're an excessive spender. It was hard for you to save. It's like, I just feel even financially you have got better structure. Do you still have a bit of a scarcity mindset? Yeah, you do a little bit. Don't stress about it too much. But if you've always come from a place, like, you should be proud of yourself, but you don't need to be, don't just be in surrender with this. The universe is saying, just surrender, release those abundant blocks. And remember, you got abundance. So it's hard when you come from maybe a life of struggle to finally kind of feeling like your ducks are getting in a row. There is sometimes that questioning, will this last? Will this? They're saying, trust. You have such a pure heart. You're so dedicated, and all of that determination and perseverance, it's paying off for you. You can trust in this cycle that you're receiving personally. Okay. But just as a detail, I do think this collective, there could be something that you're stressing a little bit about when it comes to financial path. But again, that's fighting that Empress energy release, because I do think you're comfortable. You wouldn't have come out as the Empress or the Chariot. I think this is past stress that, remember, I say this journey, not just to heal trauma, but to appreciate happiness. So again, whatever comfort you're sitting in, appreciate it. That gratitude and bliss. Relieve the scarcity mindset. Queen of Pentacles at the bottom. I actually think this collective, again, you're comfortable, you're thriving. This is just a fear-based thing that would be blocking your route. Get rid of that while they're trying to give you these two energies. Oh my God, 9 of coins. Stop it. You got the Empress and the mini Empress. So you are self-sufficient. You're financially independent. This collective, don't make it fair. Everything you've created, you've done. Be proud of yourself. You don't need this mindset. Okay. Sophisticated, you've done it on your own. They're saying take it easy. It's time for your fulfillment. You sit in financial freedom. This collective, you do, but it's just and if you don't, it's not your collective. This comes, you get your 9 of Pentacles from really achieving that 8 of Pentacles, that 7 of Pentacles perseverance. You have become a master of your craft. You have, and I say that 8 of Pentacles, you know you're working towards something, but you can be on that journey for so long. It just feels so repetitive. It starts to feel mundane. It starts to feel like, oh, are we ever going to get there? You already, I feel, are comfortable in your Empress glow with this. You don't need to stress. Okay. This is powerful. And you thrive in your independence. So you're no longer sitting in lonely, I need someone in my life. That's why you're reflecting the way you're reflecting in part 1. You're enjoying your freedom. Okay, so there is a crossroads that you're on, that you're still, I always say that 2 of Swords, we can really cancel out our intuition. We kind of, I believe, choose not to really see that crossroads that we're on, where we avoid some things that And it makes sense with this. I think that's what you're finally overcoming. You were avoiding your intuition when it really came to how this you had been treated, how this made you feel, because you had a label on this, right? But that, I actually feel this blindfold starting to come off on you. I'm going to be intrigued to see what confirms that, because I actually feel where things were so unclear, as hard as it is for you to admit to yourself, you admitting this was a lot of my trauma that was keeping me bound to this, it's a big thing to reflect on. But these obstacles, I think you're starting to realize I was creating them because I just couldn't let go. I couldn't surrender. And it's funny because they're blinded on a cross. So that's what you need to just have strength in, what you're doing right now. Because that's where they're still that they're blinded. They're scared about the obstacles. So this is what's transition, the restlessness, the foolishness, the lack of faith, I don't want to say impulse, but you were so restless. We literally just said it. You were stressing yourself out when the whole time you just needed to learn to let be and really trust what is meant for me will come in stillness. It'll come when I'm ready. It's not my plan. It's not my ego's time. It's divine's time. You're releasing the lack of faith. That's the main energy of this collective. You're starting to believe in yourself. Oh, you've become that female magician, learning to tame that ferocious lion within. So with this Chariot, we've got confidence, courage, self-belief, infinite potential, because you're finally stepping into your personal power, who you were born to be. You have an influential glow around you. And you're one wise, observant soul. You're standing in your strength. And at the top here, it says with your compassion. So remember that part at the start? I said, this is actually helping you maintain a positive mindset. Your mindset isn't negative. You're finally seeing yourself and what you deserve. But that is going to really soothe into relieving the resentment we talked about and the compassion. Because you're starting to realize it was my choice. They showed me nothing but rejection, betrayal, mask. I was choosing that. How can I resent someone? How can I be angry at someone when it was my choice? Right, collective, this will make sense. Yeah, this is your... and okay, remember their middle row. They're stressing that they don't have their priorities, enough goals here, that you won't accept them for who they are, with that Three of Swords and the Judgment in reverse. They weren't seeing it right. So your scarcity mindset, thinking you need to do more. Is this going to last? You're so scared that things are just going to fall apart. Three of Swords for you. But you're not seeing it properly. So this and this, you're reflecting that block, but in your own right. Relieve the scarcity mindset. Trust. Surrender. What will be will always be. A financial up, a financial down, that's life. Life's a roller coaster. From what's around you, you're comfortable. You're about to be even more comfortable. It's an unnecessary stress. But then it shows you, see how you can unnecessarily stress about someone. It shows the power of the mind. This person unnecessarily stressing, but to them it's at low, and it's the same for you guys. Okay. I think this is where, because your independence, you're enjoying your freedom now. You're starting to understand you don't need to... You can financially support yourself, right? You have a life where you don't have to answer to anybody that makes you feel like you choose who you allow in, right? because you've emotionally matured as well through this journey, you're starting to realize, I don't want chaos. I don't want conflict. I don't want to feel caged. I don't want to have selfish people around me. I've chosen a life where I'm happy and I'm not constantly triggered, although I do think you have a few people at the moment you do need boundaries with. Watch the whole thing. It could be tied to work. But you're starting to realize and be more selective of who you allow at your table. That 9 of Cups. So because you're actually enjoying your space, you're very aware of who you're going to allow in to create chaos. And this makes sense with why you're in such deep reflection, this part, over this person's behavior. Let's get one more for that. Yeah, you never want to face this again. Hit that 5 of coins, especially through this says a breakup, right? You never want to, a 5 and 5. You're so selective. Rejection, turmoil, harsh conditions, financial, you could have lost a lot financially as well because of this connection. It's like it took you a long time to get back up on your feet. Again, you've matured here emotionally. So where you would be tempted by the silliest things in love in the past, probably just that whirlwind, that attraction. This is why, remember that deviation about your understanding your true needs, your wants, your values, what really aligns to you. It's like you've made a promise to yourself to just be very selective with who you allow into your life, and not just with love. And there it is. That's what I thought. So with these two, so you got the 6 of Swords. So you're seeing, you're moving on from that. You're coming into tranquility. You've overcome the hardship. Conflicts resolved. You're becoming stable. You're focusing on restoring your inner peace. So the blindfolds come off now. Very nice. These are the things you need to work on a little bit, and just be careful. This I did a reading the other day, actually could have resonated. I'm hearing myself say it. There's a borderline with independence and hyper independence. It's good to be selective, but you don't always want to be expecting the worst from people. That really contradicts this journey. Okay, we're meant to have understanding for humanity and all walks of life and trauma. I get it, and I know this theme is starting with you, but don't always expect the worst. Okay, because otherwise you'll just start putting an armor over your heart. But I can't see that with the Empress being here. This is nice. Okay, let's just get you a couple of main emotion cards, and then we'll quickly see universe's perspective. Okay. Whoa. Though that loyalty flipped over the jealousy. Okay. So you are disappointed with how long this has taken you, because that's your main focus, the time, how long you've been holding on to this. But again, you're now reflecting it was your decision, your loyalty, even though you were so this person activated your, remember you got the jealousy, the underneath the heartbreak, you got how this person, you make not feel enough. They hit your confidence, right? There was fear of jealousy, ego issues, but you're in reflection with that. Watch from part 1. So do you feel a little bit let down? Remember I said before, it's not that you're angry with yourself. I think that you feel a bit disappointed with yourself. Maybe that you let yourself down, but it was part of your process. You I don't want to say frustrated. Maybe how much this really did unfulfill you, but you were choosing to hold on. I don't think you're sad. I think you're coming out of your sadness. You're coming into a realization. But this, I think there could still be moments of jealousy being activated in you. And not just with this person, but if you're getting examples of jealousy, let it be with co-workers, family members, friendships. Are people triggering you right now? Maybe you need to reflect. on where that trigger's coming from, especially if you know this person struggles with jealousy issues. This collective, you're really mirroring a lot of things, so you'd be getting lessons of jealousy, but in your own kind of avenue. But I do also think you have a bit of disappointment that you were so loyal here for so long, but that's a beautiful quality to embody. If you're a loyal person, if you're a ride or die, that King of Pentacles kind of energy, that's the kind of person you are. That's beautiful. It's nothing to question. It's just aligning to the right people that have the same values as you. But you're faithful, true, genuine feelings. And I said that before, this collective, you have such a pure heart. Loyalties are with you right now. I love that. So you're becoming loyal with yourself. This jealous, it says feeling threatened, insecure, envious, trust issues. That's probably the main one here, because I've said that a few times for this collective now. Competitive. Why do I feel this is something affecting you more in your like personal life with other people around you right now? Yeah, I think that frustration came from the time you'd been waiting, the disappointment. Okay, but you're excited for what comes next. I love that. You have regret. Well, we know that. But you're healing. Beautiful. So you're eager, you're enthusiastic, you're fired up, you're pumped, you can't wait. You've got I wouldn't say butterflies. But disappointment, wishing things could change. I don't think you probably do have moments wishing for change, but I think it's more the regret for just certain decisions made here. But you're in a state of healing. You're finally regaining that strength. You're in downtime, self-care, putting yourself first. Beautiful. And then sometimes maybe a bit of overwhelm comes over you, but that's life. I always say this healing journey, life doesn't get easier, we just get better. We learn how to deal with the emotion better. It's not all sunshine and roses every day. Okay, let's just quickly get a few from the universe. Oh. Wheel at the bottom, that's good. Oh, good. The stallion. Oh, good. Let's get one more. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. So you've got the stallion. You guys are both breaking free from certain shackles right now, but there are strong emotions, but you both are facing strong emotions. Your sacral energy starting to really activate. Another card of freedom, but you're unleashing your inner, I don't want to say beast, you're unleashing your inner beauty, like that empress glow. But you've got two here about strong emotions and longing and desire, gravitational pull. Remember, you've got that chariot activated in you right now. So mental discipline, not avoiding daily tasks, having better structure. Just make sure you're on top of, that kind of energy. This person's clearly got a lot of this around them right now as well. There's a field of influence, so just be stronger than your mind and have that strength. But boss, CEO, life coach, protect, there's definitely something here. This connection was meant to create an abundant, vibrant life for you and this person. Happy, comfort, leisure, good health, balance, wishes are about to come true. A birth of a daughter. You could have a daughter, or this could be on the cards for you. A wheel at the bottom, because this is your connection. One more for the top. Oh, you're about to get a key. Solutions are on its way. Solutions, clarity, open, breaking free, unlocking something. But pay attention to important details here. So important numbers: 4, 32, 15th of October, 333, or 3rd of the 8th, 8th of the 3rd. You could have just found a beautiful key as well, or seen one in one of those like little vintage shops. Oh, This is what you're breaking free from, the yarn energy. The theme of this collective, it's working for you both. So the complicated circumstances, this puzzling, all tied up, the conundrum, feeling tangled, the hassles, the problems, breaking free from it. 23rd of I was about to say October, but 23rd of April. Okay, what's this magnetic temptation around you guys right now? Star energy, you have to trust in the universal flow. Just remember to find center, peace, calm. Anything that's making you feel tempted or erratic or impulsive, because that's what they're working on, their Knight of Swords behavior. Just remember, does this make me feel good or is this making me feel uneasy? Trust your body's emotion right now. But it's also a miracle card for me. So there's a gravitational pull to you right now with something positive that you do not see. I want one more for that. And they're about to come into a big win themselves with something, which is good. So things that have been standoffish, the separation, feeling estranged, from loneliness to independence, that was another big point for this collective, but you're protected. So when anything comes up that's uneasy, just star energy, and also there's something very beautiful about to be offered with the universal flow of life that has had a bit of a disconnect. Boss CEO. Wow, so you could be getting something about your business coming in. This is about communication, but this is underneath business here. Communication, fax, email, mail, notes, but making contact. I know this is about your connection, but clearly your path ties into it, so does theirs. But this is clearly an important detail here. 27th of July, maybe you heard something from the 27th. Empress again! You're attracting something in very good financially too, okay? But this could be attraction, attractiveness, ourselves and others, grace, charm, beauty, love, relationship, magnetism, abundance, happiness, pleasure. I always say when you're, and this collective you really are in Empress Glow, you would be getting examples in your walking life, people stopping you, complimenting you, asking you for your number, people giving you free stuff. Just you notice it because you're glowing, right, from internally out. And it's like you guys haven't even done anything different, but you get noticed in the physical. Important detail, you've got it twice that's come up. So it's not just business, it's also something in this relationship. That's good. But remember who you are and your strength. And as we said, it's strength. Remember who you are, but infinite potential over this vibrant, abundant life, the ladybug. 3rd of the 8th, 8th of the 3rd. Your magnetism, this card says magnetism here, your creative flow, caring, your determination. Again, how hard you've been working within the next 7 to 14 days. Something big here with your luck energy. Solutions, destiny. So your solutions are coming, destiny, because of your spirituality, divine guidance through the trials and tribulations, through the sorrow, the emotional loss. Fate is by your side. One more. 2 more. There it is, Emperor. But you've activated both your Emperor, Empress, the divine feminine, divine masculine of our earthly plane. You both are very grounded right now, very practical. You got the pairing. And the Magician! Stop it. So you do have a powerful manifestation coming in. This says communication, talkative expression, thoughts becoming reality, manifestations, inspired action. Remember your inspired action right now. But that Magician was with that Empress. So Empress, Emperor, and the Magician. Wow. Your internal balance. So you're very grounded right now. You'd be feeling, and I felt that in your first, you're leading with logic, not emotion. I always say High Priestess, Hierophant, spiritual realm, Empress, Emperor on our physical realm. So you both are a lot more grounded and practical at the moment. That's good. You'd be feeling that. You'd be feeling more of an earthly connection, especially with that other part. So from the endings bring new beginnings. Everything that was you felt defeated with this breakup, this down and out, this over and done. This is good. One more. 8th of the 9th, 9th of the 8th. The mountains, the obstacles, all to grow you. Beautiful. But the solitude, the indifference, the delays. August is important. 21st of the 8th. I want one more. Lighthouse guidance system, safe passage, don't worry. Just because this is that was so beautiful, and then I was thinking, is it still a bit blocked? But you've got safe passage here, guidance system, but tact is needed here as well. Use tact and diplomacy. I'm seeing that white flag, and that's why you're having to go through what you're going through to let go of the resentment. Okay, I want one more. You've got 3 cards here of the obstacles that I just want to make sure it's not, no, judgment, renewal, on target. Okay, so we've got a total transformation because you've both heeded the call. Renewal, awakening, rebirth, clean slate, fundamental changes, clearing and purging. You're on target, you're on aim. There's a strategy I think that's coming from this person. I don't think there's movement just yet with this, I'm going to be honest, but things are starting to really, as I said, don't think there's movement, but let's just quickly get their intentions. Yeah, and again, at the bottom, the wheel. I think this is more just trust and focus on you. I don't think this collective, you need to confirm it. You're finally letting go of that. I think it's just... Hold on. I just had 2 of those decks fall over the top of this. I want to get these. I want to see what angels over your connection right now. I might just get you energy cards, these twin flame oracles to... Hold on, let's just... Yeah, inner turmoil. So you can see this person's going through an inner struggle, but this card reminds me a little bit of victim mentality. I just don't think it's the right... They've got a lot of shit going on. But they're surrendering. The white flag. That's good. I'm bound physically, mentally, and spiritually. I feel there's no way out from where I am. I feel imprisoned because of my own. That really confirms their energy. That's why they're so upset with themselves, because of the decisions they made. I'm trying to fight my inner demons, but sometimes it's just so difficult. I'm ready to surrender myself to our connection. They're on the verge. They're on the verge. Oh, am I slow-mo? I'm slow-mo. I will no longer run away from it, and I'll no longer deny it. I am trusting in the universe and our love for one another. Still on the fence a little bit, but they're getting it. Naughty thoughts. I can't help but want you physically, sexually and mentally. You're all I think about when I'm alone and I'm lost in my thoughts. The thought of you drives me insane. 63, 64, and 20. Inner turmoil. The opinions. That's why there's so much friction with the friendships and family. Wow. Okay, 52. I followed blindly to what everyone else was telling me. They made me believe our connection wasn't real and it was a waste of my time. I now know that was untrue. They're being so hard on themselves for this, but good, because they would have added fuel to the... I always say there's only slander if someone's creating it. Sorry, I have to say it, but this is what they'd be reflecting on. Their big mouth. As I said, big mouth, wordless came out underneath surrender. So they're not ready just yet. They're not ready. There is so much for me to tell you, but I'm unable to express myself in a rational way. That's why they're reflecting on their Knight of Swords behavior with the devil. Good. So at least they're learning patience. They're learning not to be impulsive. And you're learning your patience now, your Empress energy, like you're truly learning it. That's good. Ah, yes. They're starting to focus on self-love, because who else is glowing up? How many times have I said this collective, your glow up? It's affecting them too. And maybe they've seen a bit of your glow up here if they're constantly looking at your stuff. I'm working on myself every day. I hope to improve spiritually and emotionally to become a better person that deserves you. I'm slowly moving forward in my life, and I hope to reunite with you one day. Let's just get one more. The regret. Oh no, I thought that was the regret card. But the third party, the things that they chose. I made you feel inadequate because I chose, I'm going to say, people over you. I regret the pain I have caused due to my selfishness. And you can see it. They're so angry at themselves. And my physical needs. You didn't deserve being treated as an option. Good. See, because I'm going to say it for the 10th time, this collective, you're finally seeing yourself. That's why they're starting to see you. Let's just see what angels over you, your connection. Angel of work and confidence. You both are working on you. That's good. Your purpose, efficient, motivated, new ideas, projects. And this person's about to come into a win. I always say, I find with divines, there's there's two main times that they'll pop in, either complete destruction or when they're starting to be really proud of themselves and their accomplishments. This collective, it's when they're starting to be very proud of themselves and their accomplishments. Number 24. And focus. I will help you with projects, choosing a vocation, or when you feel overwhelmed with work. This collective, that's a big focus for you. Adamite, I don't even know what that stone looks like. Springtime. We're coming into spring here in Australia, but for other countries it's autumn. Don't procrastinate right now. And that was a big one for you guys, your mental discipline. Stay on top of it. Oriphiel, guardian of the wilderness, connect to nature. So make sure you're going outside and grounding. Divines, that works magic for you guys. Protect the wilderness, nature cures, grounding, elemental magic around you both. As the patron of nature lovers, I will protect wilderness adventures and efforts to conserve. Maybe you've actually been doing that. Maybe you've been, even if it's just when you go for a walk, taking a bag with you and collecting rubbish, maybe you've actually really been putting time into, let it be joining certain like charities. Why am I hearing for the ocean, saving the ocean? Or if you've wanted to, I'm seeing orcas in my mind right now. That's important. I can't say that stone. Winter, yeah, not now. There's something, timing's just not yet for this collective. And guardian of divine light, clear healing light, aids light workers, spiritual insight, patron of arts and science. Number 27 and 45. I hold the mirror of the soul to help you see how to come into alignment with your true inner self. You both have a little chapter to go with blocks, but you're so close. Labradorite, you could wear labradorite. It's a good dreaming stone. Instantaneous changes. So as soon as these blocks that they're guiding you with change like that, you're so close, so close. Just keep focusing on you. Keep focusing on that Empress energy. Don't stress about things you don't need to stress about. Work on your mental discipline. Don't fall into temptation right now. Boundaries that you need to put up with people. Be putting up with people. Step outside of your comfort zone. These are the things that are blocking your threads right now. So they're the things you need to focus on. Okay, we'll just get a couple of these. Mirrors, the only cut you're literally mirroring. So those examples throughout the reading, again, that's what you need to focus on. Your inner children are crying out right now. They both need comfort. So inner child, and they're really going through trauma things from childhood. So is this collective. Number 9, I miss you. Let's both stop running away. It's coming. 69, 20 number. That's about good and bad. It reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune. Stop running away from yourselves. Oh my God, you've got, oh no, that's 8. I'm trying to understand how my thoughts create my reality. So the universe, be positive. Magician energy. I know I need to stay positive. Are you? Focus on you. What at the start, the abundance, how your mind's shifting now. This is what's going to maintain that surrender, because you're just focusing on yourself. And then union. The same divine energy flows in both of us. This energy is the catalyst to our reunion. We just need to allow this energy to work its magic. Just keep focusing on you. Mirrors. Karmic ties. So you're both getting triggered with things that need boundaries. Past lives are influencing our connection. That's karmics. They're in all your cycles, life after life. I've lost you in other lifetimes, and that makes me afraid. I need to heal the grief and allow this love to bloom. 8, 8. 8th of the 9th, 9th of the 8th. So I miss you. Let's both stop running away. 6th of the 11th, 11th of the 6th. I'm afraid this relationship is too good to be true, so I pull away in fear. Don't focus on this relationship anymore. Keep focusing on yourself. By focusing on this, you're running away from yourself. Okay? Remember, the same divine energy is flowing through both of you right now. I feel insecure and it's pushing me to grow. That both of you are focusing on your glow up. That's what I said with them. This has got nothing to do with you being nice and understanding in their part with the tarot. This is pushing them. This is pushing them to evolve, what energy they're in. So true. Last one. Telepathic messages. I feel your energy around me and I wonder, are you thinking of me too? Stop. Because again, the same energy is running. Just focus on the things that are blocking your threads right now. 3rd of the 1st, 1st of the 3rd. Very nice. That was a beautiful reading. Beautiful. So yesterday we had a collective very obsessed phase. This collective, you're really coming into your internal balance. That's beautiful. Very nice. Oh my God, the lightning came out. That's my light. That's quick. And you got the divine heart protection, divine love protected. Oh, very nice. Cherries. Oh my, you got my royal love. This is my sapphire. That could be your birthstone, but this is my royal love charm. This very rarely comes out. So you've had a life of royalty, both of you. Apples and cherries. I love cherries. St. Jude. You're not a lost cause. This isn't a lost cause. E-Y. That's so funny. That spelt hey. It was H-E-Y. That's spelt hey. That's your divine team saying hello. And my candle wax just fell. But Eye of Ra, Eye of Horus, Eye of Protection, and Eye of Luck. 10-cent piece. This one's 1979, I think. Could be an important year or a relative or your birth year, or you could have lost someone that was born in that year, although they would have been very young then. Well, not very young, but Sage. Protect your home, protect yourself right now. This baby pearl has been coming out heaps of recent. And then the Hamza hand, you're protected. You could have just got a Hamza hand. Oh, 7. You could be a life path 7. This person could be. And then that went to 15. 15th of the 7th. 15th of the 8th. 4, 3, 2. And then that flipped to 19 when I pushed it. 19th of the 2nd. But 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4. You could be watching this at 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2. 11, 11. Oh my God, 11, 11, 11, 3 11. So you could be seeing a lot of one's destiny. 12th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 12th, 11th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 11th. All right, my loves. I love you guys. That was beautiful energy to read. Have a good day.